Hello everybody and welcome back to LRN, the home of F1 fan opinion. If you are new around here, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe on the bottom right hand corner and make sure to leave comments below letting me know your opinion on all the latest F1 news that we discuss. Really interested to know what you think as we progress through the videos and the latest news, especially through silly season and all the things that should be happening over the next few weeks. So please make sure to get in the comments and let me know your thoughts. Now today we're going to be talking about Pierre Gasly and the fact that he is being forced to stay and see out his contract at AlphaTauri after Helmut Marko and now his team principal at AlphaTauri, Franz Tost, have come out and made comments about his future, sort of compounding the position that they came out with earlier in the year, where Helmut Marko came out and confirmed there was no exit clause in Gasly's contract. There was not one prior to the summer break, and there will not be one after. So really confirming their position that there's no way for Gasly to easily get out of his contract. He can't just make work levers and get out of the position should he want to take up a role at Alpine next year. Obviously Alpine being the clearly obvious and available seat for someone of Gasly's ability as a driver and where he is in his career. But what we've had since those comments were made is, of course, the news around Alpine, with Alonso moving on to Aston Martin, Piastri creating a fiasco where we believe he's going to be driving for McLaren, despite Alpine's consistent denial that that is the case, and sheer adamance that they do have a contract in place that means Piastri has to drive for them next year. That position is yet to change, and we are yet to see how that will play out. But we're going to talk today on the assumption that all of the stories are true and that Piastri will be driving for McLaren next season, leaving a huge vacancy on the F1 grid at Alpine in arguably the #1 seat, depending of course on who they bring in and whether Ocon is moved up to be the #1 driver. So what we've had is Safnauer, the team principal of Alpine, come out and say we are going to spend some time looking at where this takes us, and if Piastri is not in the car, of course commenting on the Alonso situation, which I think he will be because Fernando is out. I have about 14 phone calls from drivers who are interested because the Alpine seat is the most valuable seat left, of course referring to the whole F1 grid and the other vacancies currently available. I would have to agree with him there. I think the Alpine is the most illustrious seat available. Of course, you look at Haas being maybe the next available choice. There are others on the grid, but I do think of the ones remaining, we sort of know what might happen with the others, but this one's a big question mark. Of course, there's huge rumours around Daniel Ricciardo taking up the seat at Alpine, but they are of course still well within their rights to change that decision should they have already kind of made it, like the rumours are suggesting, and I think Gasly would be the perfect candidate. So the question is there a way that Gasly can force his way out of his AlphaTauri contract, or will he be made to force his way out by the team around him? So the most recent comments that we've had on this front are from his team principal at AlphaTauri, Franz Tost, who has come out and said it makes no sense for Red Bull to let Pierre go. If a Red Bull driver fails, there is no other adequate driver who can step in. Only Gasly can do that. So Gasly's the one they have faith in. Should anything happen to their main drivers in the main Red Bull outfit, either Sergio Perez or Max Verstappen, they want Gasly there in the Red Bull outfit to step in and take up the reins should that be needed. Now, of course, that could be down to things like COVID, where the drivers are not able to drive at certain weekends for some reason. They may promote Gasly on a temporary basis to fill that void. Or it could be a case of, yes, Perez is in contract until the end of the 2024 season. However, we know how brutal the Red Bull team can be when it comes to driver contracts. So we could see Perez be moved on at some point during the remainder of the Gasly contract until the end of next year. And they may want Gasly to go and step into that team with Max Verstappen. That then, of course, begs the question, would he want that seat? And the answer, of course, really would be no, because while he could go in there, act as a really good second driver to Max Verstappen, because that is all the team would allow him to be, I cannot see a situation where he goes in there and is allowed to push Max Verstappen, or maybe even given the car to do it, because we all know how levered that car is towards Max Verstappen's driving style, how he wants the car to be developed, which makes it very difficult for other drivers to come in and get to grips with that car the same way Max Verstappen can, because it's very much all formulated around the idea that Max Verstappen is their star of the future. He's going to deliver the championships, and we need to give a car that is absolutely perfect for Max Verstappen so he can go and do that for us. And while that does work to an extent, of course, we saw Verstappen win the Drivers' Championship last season and well on course to do it again this year. And to be fair, the constructors too. We can see the difference in performance between Perez and Verstappen over the course of the year. And of course, you can go back and compare Max to his other teammates that he's had over the years in Daniel Ricciardo and Pierre Gasly. Obviously, it kicked off with Ricciardo where it shifted towards Verstappen and the development of the car. They were clearly backing Verstappen more than they were Danny Ric. And it's continued in that vein ever since. So if I'm Pierre Gasly, I'm at this stage of his career looking at the big move, the one where he can go and make a proper name for himself in a team that is, he gets to be the main guy, he gets to be the main driver and go potentially for championships in Formula One. He needs to move on from the Red Bull outfit, because even a driver in that top Red Bull team, in my opinion, wouldn't be enough for him to go and truly challenge and see what he could do. I think he needs an opportunity outside of the outfit, because of course he's not going to get an opportunity to challenge for race wins consistently at AlphaTauri. Red Bull simply wouldn't allow that to happen. So for me, Alpine would be a really good opportunity for him to go, spread his wings, see what he can do in a different team where he might get more attention to him, his driving style, his focus, and of course a team that has the potential to do way more than AlphaTauri. Because even if he was given a seat in Red Bull, I guarantee it would be temporary. I guarantee they would be looking at the next guy to come through and drive with Max Verstappen. Gasly would be a temporary position for the Red Bull team, a safe pair of hands to take the reins while they find their next long-term candidate to teammate with Max Verstappen. And that is not where I think Gasly should be. I think he's better than that. I think he needs to find a position and find his own, go out into the world of F1 on his own, away from the Red Bull outfit. And I think Alpine could be the perfect place to do that. Now, the issue, of course, with the fact he's got no exit clause, as he has no... They haven't got any contractual reason to let him go. So that is an issue for Pierre Gasly should he choose to leave. However, I am of the opinion that given everything that Gasly's given to the Red Bull team, they owe him an opportunity to go and drive for another team if the opportunity comes. Because Gasly's argument will be, yes, I did agree to stay to the end of next year. However, this seat is available now. If I don't go for this opportunity, it may not come up again, especially not going to come up so quickly as the end of next season into the beginning, of course, of 2024. So if I don't take this, I'm going to either be forced to re-sign here, which to be fair, I'm not sure they'd be unhappy about, or I'm going to end up further down the grid and further away from his aspirations of truly being able to challenge, or at least having the potential to challenge near the front. And I think given everything Gasly's given to the Red Bull team over the years and what they put him through when they dropped him from the main Red Bull outfit, they owe him the opportunity to go and try for this drive with Alpine, at least talk to Alpine about it. They may not even decide to go with him. They may decide to go down the route of Ricciardo. But it will also make the bridges with the Red Bull team and the AlphaTauri leadership stronger. If they allow him to go and have this conversation with Alpine and he doesn't get it, he may be more inclined and more happy to re-sign with AlphaTauri the following year, should there not be any better drives available, with that sort of relationship where he knows, should something else come up within the next couple of years, they will allow him to go and have those conversations. And I think he'll be far more pliable to a new contract with AlphaTauri if he sees that they're willing to back him when those opportunities come up. If they force him to sit there and not give him any opportunity to go and talk to these teams about a proper drive where he could potentially be the #1 driver and really be in a team that does have aspirations to be challenging at the front, then I think it's going to sour the taste. I think he may end up in a position where he does choose to be in a team that is further down the grid just to escape the AlphaTauri stable. So actually it could be better for all parties involved to allow him to have that conversation, be happier in the mindset that he's truly supported at AlphaTauri within that Red Bull team, so that should anything happen, he doesn't feel like he's going to be blocked. He doesn't feel like those contracts are going to be getting in the way of his career progression. It could just be there is no availability for him, and therefore AlphaTauri remains the best drive for him on the F1 grid, but he will be allowed to go and have conversations when they arise, which would be absolutely ideal, I think, for Pierre, and definitely something he deserves. But if I'm Alpine, he is 100% on my list of drivers that I want to go. And of course, with Safdie saying he's received calls from 14 drivers, I fully expect that Gasly or Gasly's representatives are one of those 14 drivers in question. He will want that seat. I expect it to be done behind closed doors. I don't think you'd ever hear about those conversations specifically unless something officially was going to happen, unlike the Piastri fiasco that we've currently dealt with. But I think for Alpine, it's the best option available. I do think he's a better option than Daniel Ricciardo. And I think for Gasly, it's a fantastic option. And for AlphaTauri and the Red Bull outfit, it's a fantastic option because even if he doesn't get it, they keep him on side. And it could end up with him ending up on a longer contract at AlphaTauri with a better long-term relationship just by facilitating a conversation. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you think Gasly is the right choice? Do you think he's a better choice than Daniel Ricciardo for Alpine, should he get the option to go there? Do you think AlphaTauri will be better served letting him go and have those conversations with Alpine? Do you think they're better served forcing him to stay and then making him sort of review his options again the next season, just hoping nothing better comes along and therefore he's kind of forced to stay with them? How would you approach it if you were AlphaTauri, and how would you approach it if you were Alpine? Really interested to know what you guys think, so please do get involved in the comments below. Otherwise, guys, I'm just going to thank you so much for watching the video today. Again, please do subscribe on the bottom right hand side if you are new to the channel. Make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified of all future uploads. I'll just thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.